Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for your favorite game. Who's that douche-canoe?
Who's that douche-canoe? What's he gonna do? Man, I think do. This man's gonna do. Woohoo! Yeah, man. That's how I do it. So, Bernie Taupin. Elton John. Shannon Sparrows. Hey, Evie Amazon. Yeah, man. He's that dude who punched that lady in the head. It was great. What do you mean? Why are you booing him, man? He's a hero. Like Robert De Niro. Divided by zero, you dig? Yeah, man, no, man, that's a good dude, man. He's the one that knocked out that old lady. Ain't nothing better than knocking a lady out by punching her in the back of the head while she's walking away. Now that's what I call being a real patriot and American hero. Yay! He's a Amazon. You the man with the plan. From douchebag Afghanistan. Yeah, man, that's good stuff, right, Ez? Oh, see, you just hit me in the back of the head.
He earned it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's Monday. Yay, yay. Oh, that means we got to go back to work, man. My kids are on spring break this week, but I still got to work, so yippee. All right. Shout out. All right. Cliff Hickson is here. Good eye, Mike. Good eye to you. He's number one. He gets the first happy dance of the day. Let's hit it. Let's go. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Woo-hoo. Greg Jonick, number two. Woo-hoo. Great to see you. P. Bonds. No, I wanted to be first. Welcome to the show, as always. Yes. Cliff Hickson, P. Barnes. Terry Barnes, good morning, all. God bless. God bless you, sir. Absolutely. P. Barnes, Terry Barnes. P. Barnes, Terry Barnes. Paul Cohen say, yo, my peeps, you heard? All right, let's see. P. Barnes, Greg Jonick. I said, yo, my peeps, you heard, because it's the first time he said to heard. To heard. Turd. Ah! Kingston 2000 said, good morning, all. That's everybody. That's all it is. Yeah. Victoria B, hello. How are you? Good to see you. Yes, indeed. Let's see. P. Barnes, Terry Barnes, Victoria B. Texas Tim, what's up? Hope you had a great weekend and a happy Easter. All right, yes, sir. Yes, sir. David E. Person says, what's the difference between the bird flu and the swine flu? One requires tweetment and the other an ointment. That's a fact. Josiah Stallbird is here. Good to see ya. Donna Ray, hip hip hooray. Let's go. Great to have you here. Thank you for coming as always. Who else? Let's see. Let's go. Let's see. Come on, who is it? P. Barnes, Terry Barnes. I know I'm missing somebody. Oh, Mr. Thomas is here. He said, "Good morning, Hess and the Rash family. What's the difference between a poorly dressed man on a tricycle and a well-dressed man on a bicycle? A tire." Yes. All right. Anyway, this is great. Glad to be here. Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Morning, guys. Yes, yes, yes. So, yeah, yesterday was Easter, and it was all right. See, so, Minnie Hez was here. Uh, his brother, his sister, they all came over for Easter, spent the day, but my daughter has had a toothache real bad. So the whole time she was just crying in pain. Like she didn't really get to have any fun at all. So that wasn't, I felt bad for her. But I mean, we did what we could. I just felt bad for her. But with the boys, WrestleMania was yesterday and the day before. This weekend, Saturday and Sunday was the 2 days of WrestleMania. So we ended up watching that. And we had a lot of fun watching that. But yeah, I just felt so bad because my daughter's tooth was hurting. Like you could tell, like it was just bothering her so bad. Um, we did everything we could. She already saw the dentist, but she's got to wait. She has an appointment coming up like a few weeks from now still. So it's like, oh boy, she's just got to suffer. Ugh. But I mean, I've had, bad teeth before too. So I know what LaDonna Rogers, what's up? But so yeah, but other than that, even with, I mean, she was a good sport about it, and she was, had a good, humor. Paul Cohen said, "No, toothache pain can be the worst." Yeah, it's that's what I'm saying. Like I felt so bad for her, but she was in good spirits and tried to, have fun because I think she didn't want to feel like her having a toothache was dragging us down so that we couldn't have fun on Easter. But on the other hand, we didn't want to just like ignore her pain and not be sympathetic, So it was like kind of trying to balance the two, especially when it was time for Easter dinner. It's like we didn't want to all just be eating and she can't because her mouth hurts too much, but it all turned out okay. She needs to call them and tell them she's in pain. They'll fix it. Yeah. They'll fit her in. Hopefully, I mean, part of the problem also with that is like because she's in her mom's house more often than she's here during the week. I just get her on the weekends. So it's like her mom's in charge of all that stuff because she's, well, I don't know. I don't know how they handle that out there. I just know that whatever. But yeah, I should tell her like just you call the dentist and tell him, and then they'll be like, I'm sorry, what's the problem? I said, I don't know. Anyway, tell her to take, what is it? Paracetamol. I don't even know what that is. I know what ibuprofen is. Paracetamol. I don't even know if they have that in this country. Never even heard of it. We got acetaminophen, ibuprofen, and what's the other one? Dynamic guys, what is it? There's the ibuprofen, acetaminophen, and what's the third one? I don't know. Paracetamol is a normal painkiller. I don't know. Never heard of it. In America, we take it's called Vicodin, but they won't just give that to you because too many people use it for fun. So it's very hard to get your hands on. Let's see. What is it made out of? Acetaminophen, Panadol. Oh, okay. It is acetaminophen. Okay. Yeah, it's the same thing as acetaminophen. Um, it's also highly addictive. Naproxen. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not saying. That's why they won't give it to her. You know, they don't like just give people codeine and stuff. Obviously, because people like it too much. But yeah, no, it's just like I said. I'm sitting here on the holiday trying to entertain the kids and have fun, and she's just sitting there crying. She's in pain. Um, Oxycodone, yeah, that'll do it. LaDonna Rogers, what's up? Um, even if she, you know, even if it still hurts, she just won't care. Um, it's a pain pill that requires a script, but they may give her 7 tablets. I don't know. It's it's hard because she has her appointment is like I said, it's like a few weeks down the road, so it's like she's got to just sit there and suffer. But like if she calls the dentist, they'll basically tell her, "Hey, yeah, take some Tylenol or some ibuprofen, and you'll be fine." And she's like, "No, I'm not." What's up, Chuck? All right, welcome to the show. But anyway, we'll deal with that as we go down the road. But again, we did have a good time this weekend, and we did enjoy Easter. Other than she had a toothache, we all had a lot of fun. At one point, me and Minnie and her actually were dancing. We were listening to music. We were dancing. We were enjoying ourselves. Oh, the cheapest option is to get her in the boxing ring. There you go. Just knock the tooth out. Good old fashioned way, right? No. Maybe I could put her in the ring with her brother. That they'd probably both would agree to doing that. But no, it's it is what it is. But we had ham, potato salad, macaroni salad, mashed potatoes. We had stuffing, buns. I'm trying to think what else. Now that I think about it, it was mostly carbs. Like the only protein was the ham. But they ate a lot of the ham. That's good stuff. Um, yeah, I think that was pretty much all we had. But I mean, they enjoyed it. Don't do that. She'll look like a frauditor. Put her in the ring. Yeah. Um, and then again, like me and the boys, we watched WrestleMania both days, yesterday and the day before, and that was interesting because we going into it, my son, like the thing he was least excited about was the women's matches, and by the end of the show yesterday, he was like, the best match was the women's match. It was great. I'm like, yeah, they know what they're doing. These days the girls can wrestle. Because I remember when I was younger, the women's matches were almost like literally put in at a certain, like in the middle of the show as like the bathroom break segment of the show. But now these women actually know how to wrestle and they're good at it. And it was the match last night between the girls was amazing. It was great. And then the John Cena match was fine until some rapper or something. I don't even know who these people are. Like, came to the ring and like the whole show like stopped for him to have like a 5-minute introduction. It's like in the middle of the match, these guys are just now they're just gonna stand there and wait for this rapper to slowly walk to the ring. I don't know who he is. I don't know why he was there. And then like he helped John Cena cheat, and that was it. And it's just like I didn't even know what was going on. My son knew who it was. He's like, "Oh, that's so and so." I'm like, "Oh yeah, what does he do?" He's like, "Oh, he's a rapper." I'm like, "Oh, and why is he here?" He just said, "I don't know." I guess I don't know. John Cena's original character was a rapper, so maybe that's why. I don't know. I haven't been following wrestling that close the last year or so, so I got to get caught back up. Anyway, we had a lot of fun, though, watching that. It was good times. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get on with the show. Don't you know? We had a lot of fun. Oh, and Minnie has found baby. Because if you remember Friday, I was trying to find him and I lost him. And Minnie has, when we were, yesterday morning, I hid eggs everywhere. I had Easter eggs hidden all over the house. And I had the kids do an Easter egg hunt. And while Minnie was looking for eggs, he found baby Voodoo.
Hi guys! Welcome to the show. Glad to be back. I love you guys. You're the best in the world. Yay! And this is for you. Yay! Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Anyway, let's get on with the show. I got a couple of videos I wanted to show today. In particular, let's start. How about? Well, here, let's go with the regulars. Let's start with NCR News Network. All right. Frauditor gets trespassed from a hospital because we love it when these guys go after normal people living their normal lives, because the best way to expose government corruption is to go to a hospital and try to disturb patients. Yes.
Hi folks, today I have for us a video from Jason Boyle. Jason Boyle's been on this channel once before where he was arrested in a courthouse. But today I have a video of him being trespassed from a hospital. But before we start today's video, as always, a big thank you to all of my current and new channel members and subscribers. Without all of your support, I couldn't keep this channel going, so I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the page. Leave a like and a comment because it helps me with the algorithm. Don't forget to check out my second channel, NCR Movie Network, and the podcast, The Craptown Florida Man Power Rankings. Episode 30 is out right now. With all that being said, let's enjoy today's video.
So now we're here with Officer Chapman and Officer Gilliard. What was the supervising officer's name?
Sergeant Chastain.
Chastain. And I've been trespassed from the hospital for calling a security guard a dickhead. This is the Oconee County Memorial Hospital. The security received the medicines of Glenda Lindsay from David when he was being trespassed, and then they lost the list. And while looking for the list, David returned because we thought the list was in his truck and it was a relative medical emergency. The security thought that there was no emergency whatsoever other than David had returned. I was looking for a list of medicines to help a woman. A security guard was telling him to leave while we couldn't even search his truck and look for the list of medicines. And then I called him a dickhead for being an obvious dickhead. And then I am trespassed. Even though I said it nicely, I wasn't elevated. I guess I was talking in a tone about like this, trying to solve a medical emergency while the security officers disregarding the health of a senior woman in order to protect his ego. What a disaster. And these guys, I'm going to tell you, this is Officer Chapman. Him and I have gotten along. That's Officer Gilliard. He's gotten along. These guys aren't the problem. The supervising officer came and reinforced their BS policy. And I'm hoping Gilliard does not sign that trespass order removing his qualified immunity. I'm hoping that he gets the supervising officer to sign it because I really don't want that.
Now there's a backstory that needs to be given here. The gentleman David that Jason is bringing up brought his mother here to this hospital for medical care while she was having a medical emergency. And while the staff was trying to treat his mother, he decided it was a prime opportunity to pull out his phone and start recording. The staff informed him that he's not allowed to record inside of the hospital and told him he needs to put his phone away or leave the property. He claims that he put his phone in the car and was denied re-entry when he tried to get back in, then returned with his phone where they trespassed him from the property. Then claiming that he was trying to provide a medication list for his mother's care, he returned with Jason where David was trespassed yet again from the property. And at this point is where Jason called the security guard a dickhead. Now, if you are really truly concerned for your mom's well-being, why would you need to pull out your phone and start recording the staff? This just seems like there's a lot more information that they're not giving us.
How many cars are here? Just these 3? What a waste of taxpayer dollars, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're calling out. Literally, I called someone a dickhead, bro. Like, this is your job now, to respond to someone being called a dickhead in a polite tone. But I politely called him a dickhead.
But if that was the craziest call of the day, man.
What's the craziest call you got in the last little while?
Couldn't even begin to tell you. They're
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, we got $5. Wait, we got $5 from Greg Jonick. Since Baby Voodoo is back, have him tase his dad. All right.
Stinky little turd! I just wanted to show you something nice that I got from Greg Jody. What? What did you get? Is it a pain in the butt? Because that's what you are. Get away from me, you little punk. Okay, Daddy, I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, I don't know where he thinks he's going. Anyway, what does this say? What do you got? Oh, wait a minute. What? Tase? No, not again!
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Hey, Chef M80's here. Lisa Alcazar, I don't remember if I said hello a minute ago. Welcome to the show. All righty. Anyway, this is nuts, man. Like the video we're watching. And that's one of the things, too, that like I never understood about these guys. Always. And like right now is a perfect example of it. It's like, he just kicked me out for saying words that he didn't like. It's like, yeah, you called him a name. Like, but where's the story behind why? Well, why did you call him that name? Well, because he was trying to tell me that I wasn't allowed to film in the hospital. You keep skipping that part. You're like, I said a bad word, and just because he doesn't like bad words, well, I have freedom of speech, so how dare? It's like, but why did you call him that? Well, because he was telling me I can't film, and I said, well, I'm going to film whether you like it or not, you D-head. It's like, well, yeah, that's kind of the problem, isn't it, you butt munch? They always leave out the important parts of the story, right? Or just flat out lie. What's up, Florida Jim? All right. Anyway, let's get back to the video and see what else this idiot has to say about his hospital adventures. Because nothing exposes corruption and the evil government and their horrible policies and everything else that they do that's bad than asking you not to film in the hospital because, I don't know. It's just, why do you have to film the hospital staff? Oh, boy.
a lot of civil issues.
A lot of civil issues that they shouldn't even be calling about.
No, I mean, I guess they got a right to call about them, but it's I guess there's not as much like violent crime all the time, which is a good thing.
That's a good thing, yeah.
But they absolutely got a right to call about them. But it's just sometimes they can be petty, neighbors or family members. But
yeah,
that's what we're here for.
Well, right. It's Oconee County Sheriff's Department. Did you sign that thing? Is that a trespass order? Oh,
This
man,
is
I
just
was
a
hoping
trespass
you wouldn't do
notice,
that.
just prohibiting you from coming back onto the entire property of the hospital. That includes the emergency room and
everywhere on hospital
So,
grounds.
I got a doctor's appointment in like 4 days. Do I get to go to my doctor's appointment?
Well, this is what happens when you play F around and find out. I mean, you're claiming that you called the security guard a dickhead in a polite tone. There's no polite way of calling somebody a dickhead or any kind of offensive word. It's meant to be rude. You did that on purpose. And well, now you have to deal with the consequences of your actions.
If you have a medical
Appointment.
issue or emergency or anything like that, right? Something that requires medical attention, it's kind of weird because the trespassing's basically void if you need some type of medical attention, because
Right.
this is the only hospital in the
Of
county.
course, there's where we get into the weeds, don't we? Right. This
I
isn't
mean,
a,
it's a gray area. I'm not going to
it's
disagree
a gray
with you.
area.
It does, but
It's
I
a
mean,
gray area.
they
And so
are allowed to dictate who they can and cannot. But if you have some sort of
they're
medical,
absolutely not. You have to either impede the care of a patient or threaten the safety of an individual to be trespassed from a public hospital
So from my understanding, Prisma Health is a private organization.
that accepts public funds in the form of Medicare and Medicaid, which makes them a public institution.
Shenanigans.
no.
Shenanigans.
No.
And we're calling shenanigans, folks, because Jason is wrong. This hospital is not owned or maintained by the county. It is owned by a private company called Prism Health. Prism Health provides all funding towards this hospital. Yes, they do accept Medicaid and Medicare as forms of payment for the insurance companies to treat patients, but that does not mean it becomes a public entity. It's still privately owned. So they have the right to trespass it. This has happened before with Joey Surreal when he went to a health department that was funded by a private hospital organization, and they had the rights to trespass him. This is no different than that same situation.
I'll be honest, Mr. Boyle, you may have more education on that.
I promise you
from
I
the
do.
Sheriff's Office standpoint, it has been advised to us that this is a private entity. Prisma Health wishes to place somebody on trespass for being a private entity.
Look, we got another officer showing up. This is the biggest emergency Oconee had in a while. That's an unmarked car. I wonder who they are. And go find out who that is. How are you, sir? I don't know, man. I was hoping these guys wouldn't do this. I was hoping someone would show up and educate them before they violated my rights, but they did it. I warned them. I told them not to do it.
Willie hears ya. Willie don't care.
Well, they trespassed me from the hospital because I called a security guard a dickhead. But I want to clarify that. He was being a dickhead. And I didn't do it in an aggressive tone. I said it quite nicely to him. You're being a dickhead. Because we were looking for a list of medications regarding an old woman who's having a medical emergency.
Mhm.
And the car that someone was trespassing on the house, whatever. I'm looking for a list of medications. That has nothing to do with me. And he's impeding me looking for the medications. I call him a dickhead. I finally get all this together. And what turns out is the list is lost because the list was actually given to the security. That's a longer story.
And
To trespass someone from a public hospital, this is privately owned but accepts Medicare and Medicaid, which makes it a public facility. To trespass someone, I need to either one, be impeding the care of a patient or threatening the safety of an individual. Neither one of which I did. And then they tricked Gilliard into signing this. This is bad, man. This is bad. You can't trespass me unless you're going to say that I threatened the safety of an individual or I impeded the care of a patient. But I was actually facilitating the care of a patient. And the guy was being a dickhead.
Are you here for a patient?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
you have
Glenda
some-
Lindsay. I was in her room when the Oconee County Sheriff's Department showed up to evict me. So, I don't know. It's bad, man. I think that I would like you guys to. I wanted to go after the supervising officer. I didn't want to be in a situation where I'm suing Gilliard. But this is how you lose your qualified immunity. This is exactly how you do it. And I told him not to do it. And he did it anyways. And I'm Jason Boyle. I'm a constitutional scholar. I'm a PhD chemist.
Now, I don't have any information that can refute his claims of being a PhD chemist, but I can assure you, he's as much of a constitutional law scholar as Chili is. Claiming that you're a constitutional law scholar while you're dealing with a trespass really isn't the best look. I mean, we've seen Chile try this exact same play. We've seen other frauders try this exact same play at hospitals and other private businesses that do cater to the public. And it doesn't end well. I mean, think about it. A few years ago, Glenn Serio tries it at a Walmart and gets banned. Last year, Joey Surreal tries it at a health department that was owned and funded and operated by a private hospital, and he was trespassed.
You should trust me. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm trying to be helpful. And there's no reason to kick me out of Glenda Lindsay's room. Glenda Lindsay is a kind woman. I love her to death. These guys saw me. Hey, Officer Chapman, what do you think about my relationship with Glenda Lindsay? Did you see it?
I think you have a good, healthy relationship.
Right. And does Glenda Lindsay maybe need some attention in the hospital? And they've banned her son from coming, and now they're going to kick me out? Like, come on. Is this really proper care?
What you probably on that, I would recommend, if you want to hear it, is talking to the hospital administration about that.
Well, I'm going to file a lawsuit tomorrow.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I will get it filed really fast because I'm going to get back up into that room to see Glenda Lindsay. And the longer that you abstain me from that, the bigger and the consequences of the lawsuit become. And the lawsuit's going to be against Oconee County Sheriff's Department because although the security may have fabricated more of a story, who knows? Whatever their story is hearsay, first of all. And second of all, it's the Oconee County Sheriff's Department responsibility to follow the law. That security team can tell you to trespass me. They can tell you to shoot me.
Well,
as long as you don't do it.
And so that is a document that when a privately owned business and or property,
this is a public hospital, sir.
It's still privately owned. It's not owned or maintained by the county.
You can't trespass someone in South Carolina from a hospital unless they're impeding the care of a patient or they're threatening the safety of an individual or they commit a crime. Any of the above. Impeding the...
Well, actually, they can still trespass you. Seeing as it's a privately owned hospital, you are technically impeding the care and the well-being of the patients. And if you want to claim that this is a public hospital, then you could be subject to South Carolina law 16-17-530, public disorderly conduct. Any person who shall be found upon any highway or at any public place or public gathering in gross intoxication or otherwise conducting himself in a disorderly or boisterous manner or using obscene, profane language or on a highway at a public place or gathering or heard in the distance of a schoolhouse or church. So if you want to claim that the hospital is public by you uttering the phrase dickhead to the security guard, that would be grounds to have you trespass for that.
Care of a patient, threatening an individual, or committing a crime can result in a trespass from a public hospital.
So again, we don't have a choice with that. Okay, it's a privately owned business. So again, you're going to file a lawsuit.
Absolutely.
Talk to your attorney about that.
I'm filing it pro se. I take care of my own things.
Yeah, well, good luck with that.
However you want to do it, but
yeah, that's right.
You know what to do. You're going to.
I do know what to do.
Done deal. You guys good?
And four cop cars because someone called a security guard a dickhead and then was giving a woman a Coke.
You understand? We don't know what's going on.
Well, then investigate. It's your responsibility. They were not.
So
there's no investigation. They're doing it right now. After this is delivered, they're now investigating. They didn't even start questioning the security guards until after I'd been trespassed. They're interviewing the security guards right now.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. When we get called to a disturbance at the hospital, a lot of times, and I'm not saying that apparently it's not this case after talking to you, but a lot of times we do get people that are intoxicated here. We have a lot of fights here and things like that.
Well, I'm all for you guys investigating. Yeah, I'm a very peaceful man. You know what? Like everyone's got me wrong, and they think I'm like anti-cop. I believe in the police of America, but I believe that Jimmy Dixon, he's a criminal. Barry Owens is a criminal. Crenshaw is a criminal. These guys are criminals, and I have hard evidence of that. No.
Right.
No, this absolutely, Oconee County Sheriff's Department is rotten from the top down. There's a lot of good officers like these young men over here. I mean, the fact that they have to live under the reputation of Sheriff Crenshaw.
I hate you feel that way. I mean, I don't personally.
That's fine,
You know,
but that's fine. But
difference of
I
opinion,
obviously don't have
okay.
any problem against you. I'm going to treat you with
Nor-
respect
nor
until
do I
you
have
treat
any
me right.
against you.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, you've been polite and pleasant with me, and I'm going to judge you based on that. Same you
But
would
I'm
for me.
pissed off. I was spending time with Glenda Lindsay. Glenda Lindsay needs care. She's been locked up in a nursing home for 6 years off. There's so much disaster, but you should follow the case of David Hammond. Because if you really want to know the incestuous nature of the Oconee County Sheriff's Department, it is all in the case of that woman, how she was taken from her home over a grudge with an officer and stuck in a nursing home 150 miles away for 6 months, where she was abused and tortured. She's covered in bruises. She's in infections right now. That's why she's in this hospital, from the abuse of Carlisle Center in Aiken. And that was at the demand of the Oconee County Sheriff's Department. The Oconee County Sheriff's Department had no right to put that woman under emergency protective custody. They had no right to do it. And they did it. Well, right, but it's your department, so I would like you to research it so that you
There's
understand.
just so many calls for service. We have nearly 700 square miles. I can't know every case. So.
Well, the ones, well, right, but we can choose not to hide from the ones that are most embarrassing. If they want to make a public comment about how Glenda Lindsay was done wrong, then we get to get faith in the Oconee County Sheriff's Department again. But when they
Now, I'm not going to deny the accusations here. I don't know if what he's saying is true, but if it is true, why not report this to the proper authorities? Why not contact the media? Why not get this story out there to get justice for this poor woman? If she suffered abuse like that, then you have a moral obligation as a constitutional law scholar to defend her rights. Or is it that it doesn't get you enough clicks and views?
want to do Glenda Lindsay wrong, like my arrest, I was arrested and put in jail for 40 days, right? With no case number, no formal order, right?
We put you in jail?
Yeah, of course. Oconee County Sheriff. Videotaping in public, in the public lobby of the probate courthouse. But here's the trick. The judge did come out and order the Oconee County Sheriff to arrest me, but it wasn't a lawful order for two reasons. One, it wasn't during open court. The judge had zero jurisdiction. I was a public figure or a public member in a public space. The judge had zero jurisdiction over me. So when he ordered the Oconee County Sheriff to arrest me, that was an unlawful order. So when they arrested me, that was an unlawful arrest, and it's gonna make a lawsuit. And then you have my detention for 40 days with no case number, no warrant number, no anything. Well, the detention center's also under the Oconee County Sheriff's Department. It's a massive violation of human rights. You know that.
You were arrested for contempt of court because you were disruptive in the public lobby of the courthouse. The judge did have jurisdiction over you inside the courthouse. You were screaming and yelling at the clerk and at the sheriff's deputies, causing the judge to come out and ask you to stop yelling. When you refused, he cited you for contempt of court.
You can't arrest someone without a warrant number. When you get them, you have to assign a number to that person. You got 72 hours to get that warrant number. They held me for 40 days with no, it just said probate hold on my case file. And now there's no criminal record. So I supposedly have a criminal record, but it's not on any public record. That's not right. So, and I appreciate you, Mr. Alexander.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Jason Boyle. If
Nice
you
to
need me
meet
for
you.
anything, I'm really not your enemy. If you guys need me for anything, I'd be happy to be helpful. I don't feel that from you at all. Or, by the way, Gilliard or Chapman, the other supervising officer up there, I wanted him to sign this because his attitude is piss poor attitude. Those two young officers, Chapman and Gilliard, have been good to me from the beginning. I mixed up Chapman because I thought Chapman was the one that ordered Glenda Lindsay's, but there's another Chapman. I didn't realize that. So there's another Chapman that I got a grudge against. But it took me a second, and he's a good sport. I mistook him for that guy, and he's such a good sport that he didn't even take it seriously. He's like, I don't know why you're mad at me. He's a good one. So let's pull together. Let's all start fighting for the home team. Thank you, Mr. Alexander. I would like to be permitted back at the hospital. If someone can call me and tell me that, yes, calling the security guard a dickhead, maybe someone doesn't like it. But yeah, this gentleman's got an attitude problem. He should fix it. Did you decide whether this trespass order is going to stand, sir? And if I come back, I'll be arrested, right, sir? If I come back, will I be arrested, sir? So I've been advised that I'll be arrested if I come back. There you go. Thank you.
And this is where the video ends. There have been no new videos or posts anywhere showing that the trespass has been rescinded. And even if you go by his own logic, saying that it's a public place and he needs to commit a crime, well, he did commit the crime of disorderly conduct when he referred to the security guard as a dickhead. But seeing as this is private property, they are well within their rights to trespass it. So if you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Give a thumbs up and a comment because it helps me with the algorithm. Don't forget to check out my second channel and the podcast. With all that being said, be well, be safe, and I will see you guys next time. And a special thank you to all members of the news team. Without all of your support, I couldn't keep the channel going. So I want to thank you all personally from the bottom of my heart. You guys mean the world to me, and I could never thank you enough.
All right. Round of applause for NCR News Network. All right. Oh, man, what a situation that is. Like, Florida Jim, do they think getting a cop to admit on tape that they just followed the rules of the law and trespassed somebody, why it fits on its tape, it's so much better? See, that's the thing. Like, it's always the thing. Like, they think that having the police officer on video saying that if you trespass, I will arrest you is the gotcha moment that's going to guarantee they're going to win any lawsuit. But it's like they're in court and they play that video, and the judge and the lawyers and everyone else, they look at that and they go, what is this? It's like, it's proof that they trespassed me. Right? Well, it was an illegal trespass. According to who? Well, according to me. Who are you? I'm the guy who was trespassing. Okay, so what's the problem? Like, and then, of course, they'll turn around and say, see, this proves that the judges are corrupt. They supported the trespass. They're evil. Like, no, you were trespassing. I went through this entire exact same conversation with John Felix one time. He was trespassed. He posted the video of his trial. And it was like, well, and I asked him, I said, look, were you in the building? Yes. Did they ask you to leave? Yes. Did you leave? No. There you go. You were trespassing. And then, but. Well, yeah, but and Costello are dead. That's what my dad always used to say if I said, yeah, but. It's like, no. You were trespassing, you got trespassed. But they think like if they could prove on video that they were trespassed, that's a gotcha. You were trespassed because you were trespassing. That's not a gotcha. In fact, if anything, it proves that they were doing their job. What's up, Unclean? Great to have you here, as always. Welcome to the show. But yeah, it's what is this? We got $1.99 from Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill Stupidity. Entry for Donna Ray. News Now Voodoo is made of lead paint. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We got Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill Stupidity. We got a dozen custom-made cups with the Hez logo on them. Each one is unique and different because News Now Voodoo got his hands on the paint, and they're all twisted and mixed up and crazy. And there's 12 of them. And we're going to bring back next month, we're going to bring back the Wheel of Names. We're going to pick 12 names of people to win a cup. And he just got an entry for Donna Ray to add her name to the wheel. Here's your happy dance. Let's go. All right. Yes. That's awesome sauce. Aw. That's great. The Lessonators here. What's up? And since Unclean just showed up, I had an Unclean video on deck, so why don't we go ahead and continue the show with that one? I said that one. Thank you. I love you guys. It's Monday. Oh, man. I'll tell you what. Like, I know, like, it's Monday, you know, like, I got to go back to work and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. We all know that. But, Frauditor Roundup is here. Good morning, happy Easter. And yes, Pope Francis just passed away. I read that this morning in the news. Yes, happy Easter. Easter was a lot of fun. Like I said, for those of you just joining us, want to know what was going on for my Easter weekend. It was great, except my daughter had a toothache. So like yesterday, we had fun and it was great, but she was in pain the whole time. So it's kind of like, like me and the other kids trying to balance between us having fun, but not being unsympathetic to the fact that she was in pain. But she felt bad, like she was, taken away from our. So like it was, but in the end, it all turned out good. It's all good. Happy 17th reign of Cena. Let me tell you something, man. I was totally into that match until that rapper kid came out. I didn't even know who he was. My son had to explain it to me. I had no idea what was going on. It's like Cody and Cena are going at it. They're going at it, and it's great, and the match was really picking up. And then they just stopped dead. And it took this guy, like 17 days to walk to the ring? It is just like so slow and so lame. It was just like, what? What? And then he helped Cena cheat and win. But let's go, Cena. Cena sucks. Let's go, Cena. Yes. It was News Now Voodoo's fault. There you go. I'm with that. Anyway, let's get to the video, guys.
Hey guys, what are you doing today? Hope you're having a great day, great weekend. Today I'm covering something I don't usually cover, and that's IRL screamers getting in trouble. What they are is they're the beginnings of First Amendment auditors. That's where First Amendment auditors came from, in my opinion. They're a bunch of prank channels that go around pulling pranks, and it's now turned into criminal activity to get more views and more content and make more money. They resort to criminal activity. Well, this is about one that's pretty famous, I guess. I don't know who the guy is. His name's Vitaly. He's in prison in the Philippines waiting to go to trial, which could be 2 years from now, as far as I can tell. And pulling pranks in foreign country is really stupid. I mean, it's bad enough over here, but in other countries where you don't know the laws, it's stupid, and it'll cost you everything you've ever worked for. So let's check out this newscast.
And now let's discuss that and more with Interior Undersecretary Donnie Puno, who joins us now live here in the studio this Tuesday morning. Good morning to you, Yusek, and thank you for joining us here on Morning Matters.
Good morning, Pauline. Thank you for having me.
It's a Holy Week, but here you are, still working.
Yes.
No rest for...
Government employees don't get breaks.
So the news over there is covering this guy. This guy is the Undersecretary of the government in the Philippines. Not only has he spoken out about this, but so has the president of the Philippines. I mean, the whole country's aware of it, and they're aware of nuisance streamers all around the world going around causing trouble, and they're fixing to put a stop to it, starting with Vitaly. So let's go ahead and finish watching this.
This is your first live interview,
yes,
I heard.
Yes, it is.
And we have so many topics to discuss today, Yusek. Let's start off with that Russian vlogger who made quite the headlines for his content.
Yeah.
I mean, you even have the president commenting, expressing his dismay that should not be tolerated. Give us an update, Yusek. What's the latest on the investigation, the charges on this Russian vlogger?
So briefly, what happened last week, DILG Secretary John Vikramulya called for a press conference to present the Russian vlogger, Vitaly Starovetsky, to the media. And this was based on a blotter that was filed in Taguig, where Vitaly, based on the report, committed disruptive and inappropriate acts, to quote the report.
Who filed the blotter?
Some victims in Taguig. So I'm sure you've seen
themselves.
Yes, I'm sure you've seen the videos. He was caught harassing a Filipina. He tried grabbing the cap of a security guard, as you can see there. And then there were other...
Now, if you notice, this Filipino lady just came to a dead stop here. She came to a dead stop because Vitaly walked up behind her and told her he was going to rob her. and it freaked her out. That's the kind of thing he's doing over there. He tries to cover it up by saying, well, I'm over here giving people money and buying them shoes and stuff like that, which nobody cares about once you do stuff like this. I mean, he scared the hell out of this woman. It's just ridiculous. All for content and YouTube money. And Vitaly is quite wealthy from doing this. But that is fixing the change real quick.
Acts that he committed in Boracay. You know, this guy has been around. He's been doing this since 2012 all over the world. He's been in the States, he's been to Brazil, Egypt, the UK, doing this sort of thing. Now, Secretary John Vic has said he violated our laws and he disrespected Filipinos. You know, Filipinos we are friendly people, we are hospitable people. But this guy took advantage of us. And ang malas niya, you know, if other countries merely deported him, ang malas niya ngayon, you know, his tough luck is that we have Secretary Remulla saying now that we're not going to let him off easy. So he will not be deported. He will stand trial here. He will face the charges here. And hopefully he will be jailed here.
So where is Vitaly right now?
Vitaly is currently detained at the Bureau of Immigration's the detention center in Camp Bagong Diwa.
Okay.
This is the immigration center where Vitaly's being held without bond. They don't have bond over there. They also don't have anything such as a speedy trial. He could be up to a year and a half to 2 years before his case even goes to court, and he will not be bonded out before that happens. So here he goes. He's already got a year and a half to 2 with no income. All his bills that are being paid right now, the money's going to run out, and he's going to be screwed. All for clout and internet fame. What a wonderful thing, isn't it?
And he will await trial there.
And what charges specifically will be filed against?
There are several charges that he's already facing. There are several counts of unjust vexation. There's theft, attempted robbery, even I think is one of the cases that he's facing. You know, in the inquest that was conducted, he admitted to it. In the presence of his counsel, he admitted to doing those acts. So, like I said, Secretary John Vic wants him to stand trial here, and he'll face the consequences here.
But can he argue that it was all for content? I mean, for social media, yeah.
He can argue it all he wants, right? But the bottom line is he violated laws. He committed acts against Filipino citizens, which is against our laws. So he can argue it all he wants. He can take it to court.
So, Yusek, I mean, what message is the DILG trying to send here to foreigners who come to the Philippines to make content and I guess also disrupt the lives of Filipinos while they're here?
You know, creating content such as Vitaly's, you know, he can go about doing that all he wants. But, you know, it was in an editorial in Manila Times the other day, and they were saying, while arguments rage about regulating content and such, let's not forget that there are already existing laws that people need to follow. And he tried creating his content at the expense of the Filipinos, making them look like fools. That's what Secretary John Vic didn't like. So we'll await the trial and we'll see what happens.
You know what I found quite interesting also, Yusek, during this particular press conference that we were showing earlier, the demeanor also of Vitaly, right?
Yeah, he was rude the whole time the secretary was talking to the media. He was in the back, he was saying things, he was mumbling aloud. He was disruptive. His behavior is totally disruptive.
So he wasn't apologetic?
He was not apologetic at all.
Okay.
You know, good thing for him that the secretary was able to control his temper. Hindi siya pinatulan ni secretary. But really, he was even at the press conference, he was very in the presence of PNP personnel, in the presence of our secretary. He acted that way.
So I guess the question right now, Yusek, is the DILG doing anything, or does the DILG plan to do anything to curb the misuse of these kinds of behavior on social media and you know, potentially harm Filipinos?
You know, we've had several discussions over the past couple of weeks with PCO Secretary J. Ruiz and the DICT Secretary Henry Aguda. And this has to be an effort between the three departments. And I think we're headed in that direction. This is all in line with the president's order to go after fake news. You know, fake news, disinformation, misinformation, all of this content on social media that's wreaking havoc already online. there has to be a way to regulate this. PCO Secretary Jay Ruiz said that he has met with representatives of the content of the platforms, of the various platforms, to get them to cooperate in terms of just monitoring what.
I think the fact that they've contacted the platforms that host this kind of behavior and these kind of illegal activities is going to put a curve to this real quick. I'm hoping it does, because they're going to lose sponsorships. They're going to lose their people that fund their platforms. They're going to not want to put money into something like that. So I think we're going to see some major changes. I could be wrong. You never know. But I'm thinking that's what might happen. And that will, affect these guys that pretend they're First Amendment auditors and go out and harass people just to do exactly the same thing to generate revenue at everyone else's expense.
Get them to cooperate in terms of just monitoring what kind of content is out there.
But just to follow up also, Yusek, just to make sure that this is being done lawfully and with due process, he's Russian. What if the Russian government asks to, let Vitaly face the charges instead in their jurisdiction?
He broke our laws.
Okay.
He broke our laws. He broke Philippine laws here in our country. So he has to stand trial here.
All right. Well, I did say we will be discussing a lot of topics today.
Yes.
So the part of that newscast about Vitaly was over, but yeah, they're cracking down and they're coming down hard. So we can look forward to him being in jail for a couple of years over there, just waiting to go to trial, and then being found guilty and convicted because he confessed to his attorney on tape. He taped it, confessing to all the crimes that they're accusing us of committing, and they're tacking on new crimes every day that they're finding by going to his own social media. It's crazy that people do this, ruin their whole lives over a little bit of fame and clout. It's unbelievable. Looks like if the Philippines has their way, I'm going to have to find something else to cover, because these guys are going to be non-existent on the platform, because sponsors won't give these platforms money to advertise if there's nothing worth advertising. So yeah, that's a good thing. That is a good thing. They're making changes. They are making changes. They're always saying they're here to change the government. Well, they're doing it. Congratulations. You've succeeded on shutting everyone up, including yourselves. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Hope you enjoyed. Love you. Bye.
I'll tell you what. First of all, round of applause for Unclean Hands. But the last thing Unclean said there is a great point, and I've talked about this before, or at least the idea of it in general, is that, like, part of the problem, a major part of the problem with these guys, and why I'm against what they do, and, like, yeah, this guy wasn't a First Amendment auditor or an offset or anything like that, but it's the idea of using other people as pawns in your game of clicks and views and internet money, right? And that's basically why these people are upset. He was using his platform to make the Filipino people look like fools, and oh no, Uncle Artie, what are you talking about? Didn't I do something? I could have swore I did. Yeah, an entry for Donna Ray, News Not Voodoo, was made of lead paint, and then I gave you a happy dance, didn't I? I thought I did. Well, I'll throw out a happy dance anyway. Why not? All right. Yes, thank you. Sue Bear's here. Leland Squirrels is here. Maddie Graham's here. All right. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Tase yourself because you've been naughty. No. Let me finish my point. So anyway, that is one of the biggest problems, one of the biggest beefs I've had with these guys for day one, is that what they're doing, they don't even seem to understand. Yes, the Pope died, David. Pope Francis died. Yes. They don't seem to understand that what they're doing is they're trying to change the laws, but they're not making the laws like the change they want it to be is for the law to be basically be if you're holding up your phone, no one's allowed to speak to you or talk to you or look at you or anything, which to me is insane because it sounds to me like they support tyranny. Like, I don't see how they don't understand that the only way you can force everyone against their will to ignore an idiot with a camera that's filming them is through tyranny. How do you force someone not to react if someone's filming them? But they want the laws to change to make it so that anyone filming anything anywhere will be completely left alone, opening the door for criminals to say, hey, all I got to do is hold up my phone and then I can walk in there and kill people and plant bombs and do whatever I want and they can't stop me because I'm holding up my phone. But what's actually happening is that instead of getting laws that make it easier to do that, they're getting laws passed that are actually taking away our freedom and our rights by making it more difficult, because that's the only way they can think of to stop these idiots. And I've said this before too. You get a politician who starts saying, hey, I want to pass a law to make it illegal for these idiots to stand here and film. All of their victims, all of the people who've been in their videos that said, please don't film me, and they're like, oh, screw you, I'm going to film you whether you like it or not. Those are all people who are going to support that law. Those are all people who are going to vote yes to make that stuff illegal. So you're actually creating the people that are going to take you down. These people are idiots. How do you do that? Maggie. Oh, welcome to the show. How do you do that with your font? I didn't even know that was a thing because everyone in the chat has exactly the same font, and then you come here and yours is completely different. That's cool. I like that. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Maggie. All right. Yeah. They've turned filming for the people into filming the people. Yes, exactly. They're always going after regular people. Supposedly to it's an app. Okay. I want News Now Voodoo zip since my wrist is hurting. All right.
Super! Here, let me show you. Here, you want me zapped? There you go. Here, this is my Sue Bear zap. How do you like that? Yeah, Sue Bear drew this of me getting zapped. Even back then, she was into the zapping of the... But that's okay, because that's just a drawing. That's not real. We don't do real ones anymore, right, guys? Ow! Oh, crap! What happened? At least that was short. Oh, no! Oh, my spleen! My pancreas! Ow! Oh, my intestines! Ow! This hurts! It hurts! It hurts! Oh, no!
All right, thank you so much. Oh my goodness gracious me. Hey, wait a minute. Did I miss something? Maggie, are you apologizing for using a cool font? Don't apologize. It was cool. I liked it. I thought it looked cool. Okay, so Uncle Artie said yes, because Sue Bear said she hurt her wrist, and so then Uncle Artie was like, yeah, she hurt her wrist slapping frauditors. She's like, well, that's way better than tripping over a Kleenex box. Oh my goodness. Anyway. Okay, there we go. Hey. That's awesome. She's got a whole thing of them. That's all. Oh, I love that. Anyway, no, I think that's cool. So let's see where we at. It's almost. We got 10 minutes to the cup cake. Happy dance. All right. And then I gotta. Oh no. Oh no! I just remembered it's Monday. That means I gotta go to work. No, boo. I don't want to go. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that at all. But it is what it is. You know, you got to work. You got to do what you got to do. It's just, I know, like, this whole week, the weather's supposed to be terrible. It's supposed to be, like, in the 50s, but it's supposed to be rainy. Oh, it's going to be nasty. Last week actually turned out okay. I mean, there were a couple days where we had, like, some showers and stuff while I was at work. I mean, it rained at night. But, I'm already working since 6:30. Oh my goodness. Well, great to have you with us, even though you are worker. Lurker. Ah, there you go. Let's see. I'm just thinking because, like, we got about what happened? Okay, we got about 14. What the heck? Oh man, that's cool. She got all the fonts. Worker lurker most days, if I can be quiet. All right, we got about 13 minutes to the cupcake dance. And oh, wait a minute, we got 5 pounds from the Lessonator. Mondays suck, but let's have a happy dance to wake up. Yeah. Here's your happy dance. Let's go. All right, thank you so much. Yes. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, I got a Blackheart Night video that's about 12 minutes long. That's perfect. That'll take us right to the cupcake dance. So let's go ahead and check that out. Oh my goodness gracious me. And for those of you who missed it, Black News Now Dumas and Blackheart Night came here on Friday. It's good stuff. Let's go ahead and check this video out. All right.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello, and welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we find ourselves at the Greene County Sheriff's Office in Springfield, Missouri, where we encounter Jimmy Haig, otherwise known as JC News Now, and apparently his new girlfriend, which we shall introduce properly later on in the video, as they attempt to do a FOIA request but run into some, well, snafus, and will show their true colors as a couple of misfits. So let's go ahead and get this freaking S show on the road, shall we?
What's up, YouTube? We're at the sheriff's office.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Howdy, how are you? All right. Can I do a records request? Sunshine? Yeah, you're going right over there. Okay, appreciate you.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Can I do a sunshine request, please?
Yeah. Fill out that form right there.
I already got it filled out. I just need a date stamp and a copy. I'll get out of your hair.
In case you're new to my channel, this is Jimmy Boy right here. A real asshole if there ever was one. And, well, he's not afraid to show how, well, demeaning and assholish he can be. In fact, he was so assholish one day that this guy ended up teaching him a lesson, and poor little Jimmy Boy couldn't even get him prosecuted because everybody was on that guy's side.
He's here for a CCW renewal. Oh, right where the fine says. Thank you.
Who's Garner?
He's a deputy. He might be a corporal.
So there's no specific report that you're looking for?
It's all listed what I want.
Okay, give me just a second, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Why would you want to FOIA request anything anyway? Because, well, you're not going to use it properly. In fact, here in a recent incident, good old Jimmy Boy here tried to make a big deal out of somebody being employed at a public defender's office who had a bit of a criminal history himself and tried to expose it. But he failed to mention that, that happened over a decade ago, and the person in question had only been there for a couple months, but that really didn't matter to Jimmy Boy because he wanted a job himself, but he can't get one because of, well, he's too much of an asshole.
They're having a meeting. Probably a shift briefing or something like that.
Wait a second, Jimmy Boy. Is that your new girlfriend? Is that News Now Lisa that we're seeing right there, Jimmy Boy? You've been seen with her a lot lately in your videos. I mean, are you two an item? Are you two knocking boots? Yeah, I would suppose so because she's just your type.
Okay. I don't have anyone here right now that can help me with this request.
Okay.
And I don't have the ability to give any of this information out myself.
Right.
And so you're just going to have to come back.
No, I just need a date stamp copy and I'll leave. And the onus is on you to take care of the rest. Please and thank you. Just make a copy for me.
You want a copy?
Yes, and date stamp it.
What, this isn't where you turn in public records request or sunshine request?
Yes, it is.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm. You don't have a choice, ma'am.
Oh, I have a choice.
No, you don't. Not according to the Sunshine Law.
We do not file stamp anything. It's time that we don't keep.
I'll tell you what. Just smile. You've been served.
Records division.
This is the records division. That's a request. Do your job. Fill the request. I need a copy.
There it is.
That's your copy.
Oh, Jimmy Boy, have you found somebody that isn't going to be taken in by your bullying tactics where you give the commands and, well, they say, how high? Yeah, not everybody's going to bow down and kiss your fucking ass.
Well, that's your copy.
You've been served, ma'am. Forward it to the... I'm not going to teach you how to do your job. Please forward it to the appropriate agencies. I don't care. I've done what I have to do. You got 10 days. Thank you, ma'am. Jeez.
Here. Let me give you that.
Huh?
Let me tell you. No, you're gonna need my help. I need your help. I'm a citizen and I need your help.
I apologize if I came off curt to you, ma'am. It's just the sunshine law is very clear.
How about Michelle
As well as you.
P-U-G-H? Do you know Miss Michelle P-U-G-H from the Professional Standards Investigator? Memo that to Michelle P-U-G-H for the Professional Standards Investigator, the Greene County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah, that's News Now Lisa, all right. I recognize her voice. And I remember the time that she asked me to make a video of her, and I pretty much said in my video that her videos are about as boring as watching stale piss, which she actually did in her video when she was watching a bottle of stale piss. And she had the audacity to thank me for the video when I made it. Yeah, strange.
Let her know that News Now Lisa's requesting that. She's investigating one of the officers right now, and this is a traffic for it. People don't come in here and ask for records requests. Is this something new?
No,
They don't?
no, it's not something new.
Then what's the problem? Why are you not accepting the sunshine request?
I'll accept your sunshine request. We don't have anything to give you today.
That's fine.
We just want a copy of it and a date stamp saying that you received it. That's standard operating procedure.
You have enough video footage to.
You're not the judge of that. You're not the judge of how much video footage we got. What's video footage got to do with anything? The video footage has nothing to do with this. This is what we're doing as citizens.
Okay.
We've accepted it.
Okay.
Well, I need
So
a
need
copy.
to contact this gentleman for any radio traffic.
No, the onus is on you to do that.
Maybe
Yes, it is.
It's not for 911. It's for your radio traffic.
I know, but we don't give out, so like when someone wants like CAD notes or to know where an officer's been,
Yes, they do.
we give that to dispatch. Dispatch handles all
Right.
that side of it. We don't give out that record.
Okay, well,
Right.
where's your dispatch located at?
Please forward the request to them.
We do not do that.
Yes, you do. You're going to. I promise you, you will.
You'll have to contact. It's on there.
No. It's all in the same building, Greene County Sheriff's
No,
Department.
dispatch is over here.
Just fill the request, please. You've been served. You got 10 days.
10 days. 8 days. I'll check it out.
You've got a bad attitude, ma'am.
Make sure Michelle gets that. You guys are a liability for the county, you know that? I'm gonna put complaints in on you, babies.
Brush up
Have a great day.
on the sunshine laws.
Oh, I'm gonna stop by tomorrow too. Get your ass out of here. Don't record my face.
This is a problem.
This is a big problem.
There's your
Why are
transparency,
you sending no cops out here?
Springfield.
That's crazy. Do you have the footage now or don't?
It's funny that you say they have a nasty attitude. That's more like the pot calling the kettle black. I mean, all your videos are you just acting as nasty and vile as you can. Why don't you take a page out of Long Island Audit's notebook and, well, try to have a little bit more of what they call manners? Not that Long Island Audit is any better than you. I mean, his pissy attitude is a lot more subtle, though. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
This could be some groundbreaking.
All right. Round of applause for Blackheart 9. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Frauditor News Network is here just in time for the cup cake. Happy dance. All right. Cupcake, my love. Yes, that's right. Oh, man. Oh, Shevitz, I can't wait. We're less than a minute away from the cupcake dance. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. If they want to enjoy civil rights, they should be civilized. Right? They're not. They're the slimiest slimes who ever slimed a slime. How can you watch that and not tell me that it's just about control? That it's just about barking orders at servants? Well, I'm going to give you this in the wrong place, and I know it's the wrong place, but I'm going to do it because you have to take it to the right people because I said so. Anyway, it's time for the cupcake dance. Let's go. All right. Okay. Olay. All right. Yes. Thank you so much for joining me again, everybody. Always great to see you. Happy Monday. Hope you all have a great time. Hope you all had a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys in the morning. And until then, yeah. I'm all shook up.
Thank you.